78% of professionals feel overwhelmed by AI. Only 12% are using it to actually win. Which one are you? You're working 12-hour days, tweaking prompts, chasing AI trends, but your results aren't moving. It's like pushing a boulder uphill. You're using AI like a hammer, not a crossbow. Sun Tzu called this mei, strategic momentum. A crossbow doesn't need brute strength, just perfect timing. You pull back slowly, using AI to research and build content reserves. Then you release everything at once, the maximum impact. First, audit where your energy is building or leaking. Second, turn one idea into multiple strategic angles. Third, time your release for peak market attention. One agency used this method and added $127,000 in a single month. Stop pushing boulders. Start building your crossbow. Watch the full video for the exact prompts. Your moment of release is coming. Picture this scenario. According to a 2024 Stanford research study, 78% of business professionals feel completely overwhelmed by the rapid evolution of AI, yet only 12% are actually using it to scale their results meaningfully. Which group are you in right now? If you're like most people watching this, you're probably in that 78%. You're working 10, maybe 12 hours a day. You're tweaking prompts, watching tutorials, trying desperately to keep up with the AI revolution. But your business, your content, your career, it's not gaining real traction. It feels like you're pushing a massive boulder up an endless hill. Sound familiar? But what if I told you that 2,500 years ago, a brilliant strategist named Sun Tzu already solved this exact problem? And what if the solution isn't about pushing harder? It's about completely changing the physics of your effort. Today, we're diving deep into Chapter 5 of The Art of War, Energy. And this isn't just ancient philosophy. This chapter contains the blueprint for transforming your exhausting daily grind into unstoppable, viral momentum, using AI as your force multiplier. In the next 20 minutes, you're going to discover why. The most successful people in the AI era aren't the ones working hardest. They're the ones who've mastered what Sun Tzu calls 写势, strategic momentum. And I'm going to show you exactly how to build it, starting today. Here's the core insight that will change everything for you. Victory in the AI era is not about the size of your effort. It's about the strategic manipulation of momentum and timing. Sun Tzu understood something profound. There's a difference between working hard and working with force. Working hard is pushing that boulder up the hill with your bare hands. Working with force is like a crossbow you pull back slowly, building tension and potential energy, then release at the perfect moment the maximum impact. In the next 20 minutes, your approach to AI and success is going to fundamentally shift. You'll stop trying to win through sheer willpower and start winning by engineering, designing systems using AI that do the heavy lifting for you. You're about to learn how to turn a tiny spark into a massive explosion. Let's go directly to Sun Tzu's original wisdom. Here's what Lionel Giles, whose 1910 translation remains the gold standard, tells us about Chapter 5. In all fighting, the direct method may be used for joining battle, but indirect methods will be needed in order to secure victory. And then, this powerful image. Energy may be likened to the bending of a crossbow decision, to the releasing of a trigger. Now, most people read this and think it's about ancient warfare, but I want you to see what Sun Tzu is really teaching us about the physics of success. The direct method is what everyone does. In today's world, that's using ChatGPT to write emails, Claude to summarize documents, or Gemini for basic research. It's helpful, but it's expected. Everyone's doing it. The indirect method is where the magic happens. It's using AI not just as a tool, but as a strategic force multiplier to create unexpected value that your competition can't see coming. And that crossbow metaphor, that's your momentum engine. Think about it. A crossbow doesn't require massive strength to operate, but it can deliver devastating force because of how it stores and releases energy. You pull back the string slowly. That's your preparation phase. Using AI to gather data, analyze trends, build content reserves. Then, when market timing is perfect, you release the trigger. Maximum impact with minimum immediate effort. A recent MIT study showed that professionals who use AI systematically for strategic preparation, not just task completion, increase their productivity by 40% and their output quality by 18%. They're not working harder, they're working like a crossbow. Now let's get intensely practical. How do you build your own AI-powered crossbow? I'm going to give you 3 specific frameworks that combine Sun Tzu's direct and indirect methods, and I'll provide the exact prompts you can copy and use today. Framework 1. The strategic position audit. Before you can build momentum, you need to know where you currently stand. Most people are operating blind. Here's your first prompt. You are a strategic momentum analyst specializing in Sun Tzu's principles. I will describe my current situation, and I want you to analyze my force position using the concept of 斜视 from The Art of War, Chapter 5. My situation. Describe your business content career in 3 to 4 sentences. What you do, your audience, how long you've been doing it, current results. Please identify my direct forces, standard actions everyone in my field does. My indirect opportunities, unique angles I could leverage. Where my energy is building, highest potential momentum. Where my energy is leaking, effort without return. My optimal crossbow strategy for the next 30 days. Format as an actionable strategic momentum report. Framework 2. The crossbow content engine. This is where Sun Tzu's indirect method becomes powerful. One piece of content becomes 5 different strategic angles. Act as a viral strategist who understands Sun Tzu's principle of combining direct, zheng, and indirect, qi, approaches. My core content idea. Paste your main content, idea, or value proposition. Create 5 different indirect force versions. The contradiction angle. Lead with the most counterintuitive aspect, the story angle. Reframe as a specific person's transformation, the data shock angle. Lead with a surprising statistic that your content explains, the enemy angle. Position against a common belief or system, the timing angle. Why this matters urgently, right now. For each angle, provide hook, first 15 seconds of content, core message structure, best platform for deployment, expected psychological trigger. Framework 3. The momentum release system. This is your trigger mechanism. When to release maximum force. I'm building momentum for your goal project based on current market psychology and timing. Analyze. Tension indicators. What 3 signals tell me the market is ready for my release? Release sequence. What's the optimal order to deploy my content product message for maximum viral coefficient? Force multipliers. What 3 AI-powered actions can amplify my release by 5 to 10x? Timing optimization. Based on my industry trends, when should I pull the trigger for maximum impact? Provide specific action steps and timing recommendations. A marketing agency I worked with used exactly this crossbow approach. They spent 25 days building tension with AI-generated market insights, then released their new service on day 26. Result 3.4x revenue increase, adding $127,000 in new business in just 1 month. The key insight? They weren't working 3.4 times harder. They were working with strategic momentum. But let me be brutally honest with you. If building AI momentum were this simple, everyone would already be successful. The reality is harsher. According to a 2024 Creator Economy report, 92% of new creators and entrepreneurs burn out and quit within their first 6 months. Not because they lack talent, not because they lack tools, because they can't handle what I call crossbow tension. Here's what nobody tells you. Pulling back that crossbow string is exhausting, lonely, and often invisible work. When you're in the preparation phase, gathering data, building AI systems, creating your indirect strategies, you won't see immediate results. For weeks, maybe months, your analytics will show flat lines. Your follower count won't budge. Your revenue stays the same. And every day, you'll be tempted to think, this AI stuff is overhyped. Sun Tzu's principles are outdated. I should just go back to the old way of grinding it out. This is your dark night of the soul, the friction of reality hitting your expectations. You'll feel isolated because while others are posting daily and getting small, consistent engagement, you're building something bigger in the background, but nobody can see it yet. You'll doubt yourself. You'll wonder if you're wasting time. But here's what Sun Tzu understood that most people don't. The tension must exist before the release. If you let go of that crossbow string too early, your arrow drops at your feet. The preparation phase isn't optional. It's where all the power comes from. A Harvard Business Review study found that companies using AI for strategic preparation rather than just task automation save an average of 15 hours per week while achieving 2.3 times faster growth over 18-month periods. But here's the crucial detail. The benefits only appeared after month 4. The first 3 months looked like nothing was happening. That's the Crossbow Principle in action. Most people quit during the string-pulling phase, never experiencing the release. But if you hold on, if you trust the system and wait for that precise moment, the release will be magnificent. Let me give you your exact action plan to start building your AI crossbow today. Step 1. Run your strategic audit today. 30 minutes. Right now, before this video ends, open ChatGPT, Claude, or Gemini. Use the first prompt I gave you. Fill in your situation. Get your strategic momentum report. Don't try to fix everything you discover. Just see clearly where you stand. Most people have been operating blind for months or years. This single audit typically reveals 3 to 5 immediately actionable insights that were completely invisible before. Step 2. Choose your crossbow. Days 1 to 7. Based on your audit, pick one indirect angle that has the highest potential to amplify your existing work, not 5 angles. Not a complete overhaul. 1. Use the second prompt to generate 5 different strategic approaches to your best existing content or idea. Pick the version that feels most authentic to your voice, but most surprising to your audience. Deploy it. Measure the force metrics, not vanity metrics like views or likes, but engagement depth, comment quality, share rate, save rate, time spent. These signals tell you if you've created momentum or just noise. Step 3. Install your release system. Day 8 onward. Set up your momentum release system using the third prompt. Commit to the systematic approach. This isn't about daily posting or constant content creation. This is about strategic preparation followed by precision release. Track your tension indicators. Build your content reserves. Wait for the optimal moment, then release with full force. Remember, a crossbow doesn't require massive strength, but it delivers devastating impact through strategic energy storage and release. I want to leave you with something personal. You came to this video because some part of you feels stuck. You're working hard, maybe harder than ever before, but the results feel disconnected from your effort. You might even be wondering if you're just not cut out for success in the AI era. Here's what I need you to understand. That feeling isn't evidence of your inadequacy. It's evidence that you've been using direct force alone in a world that rewards the combination of direct and indirect methods. Sun Tzu didn't write The Art of War for generals with superior armies. He wrote it for commanders who were outgunned, who needed to find ways to win through superior strategy, not superior force. That's you. Right now. In 2026, you have access to AI tools that Sun Tzu couldn't have imagined. You have the ability to build strategic momentum with precision and speed that was impossible just 5 years ago. The question isn't whether you can do this. The question is whether you'll start building your crossbow tomorrow morning. In our next video, we're diving into Chapter 6, Weak Points and Strong. If Chapter 5 was about building your force, Chapter 6 is about knowing exactly where to aim it. It's the most tactically devastating chapter in the entire book. And in the AI era, it has implications that will genuinely shock you. Subscribe now so you don't miss it. And if this video sparked something for you today, share it with one person who needs to stop pushing boulders and start building crossbows. Go pull back that string. Your moment of release is coming.